My name is Josh Flegg. I am the Chief Innovation Officer at Louisiana Economic Development and your state's newest division of state government, Louisiana Innovation, also known as LAIO, up here on the screen behind me. I want to thank everyone for coming today. We have a really exciting announcement. I'm actually not going to give anyone details because you're going to hear it directly from the source here in a few minutes. But I really want to thank everyone who worked on this project over the last few years. Everyone from the elected officials that couldn't make it today, but Senator Bowie and Representative Newell, from Mayor Cantrell, who's here with us today as well, from Secretary Bourgeois, who you'll hear from in just a few minutes. This project is, I want to say, the greatest example of the whole of government approach that I've had in my time, collectively about 11 years and 2 tours of duty at the department. This is my second stint. These are the projects that folks talk about when they say public-private partnership. And they actually don't get done a lot because they're real complicated. It's very hard to align a lot of disparate organizations into one mission where all of your various interests overlap and we can all row in the same direction. And I want this project today to serve as that blueprint across the state so we can do more of these. So the city, the state, our flagship university, our private partners, Shell, as you can see, and other private partners understand that together we can actually build something impactful to create an innovative future here in Louisiana. So enough of my preamble. I want to thank everyone for coming today, and let's not bury the lead any longer. I want to invite up David Belt from Newlab to talk a little bit about what this partnership looks like.
Thank you. It's great to be here today. Really a big honor. Thank you, Josh, and thank you to Louisiana Economic Development, City of New Orleans, LSU, the FUEL team, Shell, GNO, and everyone else who helped make this happen. My team has been welcomed, they've been supported, and they've been pushed in the best possible way. And really, I can't tell you what an honor it is to be here with all of you today. I'm a small part of a collective vision really led by my team, by Newlab, by Liz Keene, by Sahil, by Garrett, and a whole group of people who, as Josh said, has been working on this for the past couple years to make this happen. And it's not really just the start of a new venture for us, it's the start of a long-term partnership with the people, the industries, and the energy, literally and figuratively, of Louisiana. When we look at cities for Newlab, we're not looking for the easiest path. We're looking for places with real advantages. And that's a place like here where public and private partners are serious about taking on tough problems to make a real economic difference. I mean, Louisiana, New Orleans, and this program checks every one of those boxes. There's a deep industrial legacy here. You're sitting in one of the most strategic hubs of energy in the country, and the workforce is providing power and powering this nation for generations. But what really stands out is the leadership. People here are making bold moves to ensure Louisiana continues to lead the nation and the world in energy production and resilience, and ultimately, it's about its people. I've worked in a lot of places nationally and internationally, and I can tell you that the leadership in this state is something you should all be proud of, and that we're really honored to partner with. We believe Newlab New Orleans can be a platform that helps scale the next wave of breakthrough technology and connects it directly to the industries that need it. And that's what we try to do. Newlab is built to get critical technologies out of the lab and into the world. And that's really the key, out of the lab and into the world. There's a saying that I love, that vision without execution is hallucination. And a lot of tech can be performative, a lot of innovation can be hallucination, and so what we're trying to do is to take our work very seriously and attract visionary founders to work with legacy industries to help both sides commercialize faster and to create jobs and to bring results. We help create the infrastructure and the partnerships and the funding models that help startups move faster and break through the usual roadblocks, whether it's access to capital, customers, or clearing regulatory hurdles. That's what execution means to us. It's place-based, it's purpose-built, and partnership-driven. And we're excited to bring that model to Louisiana. So behind me are some images that we've created based on the design of the new purpose-built hub at the historic NSA site in the Bywater neighborhood of New Orleans. It'll be a serious hub. It'll be global companies, critical infrastructure, and a center of gravity for innovation across the state. Our new lab in Louisiana will feature these purpose-built labs, scale-up spaces, and room to grow, all geared specifically towards growing companies developing industrial technologies for the future. You'll see on some of these slides, we have these very large industrial bays, which are incredibly hard to find on university campuses or in private companies. And these are the bays that will help folks be able to take these technologies to the next level. We're also in this incredible site, the NSA site, which gives us room to expand and partner with other companies as more and more companies come to Louisiana to grow. This is just the beginning. We're here to build and grow and evolve alongside our partners. And we want to thank, again, our founding partners and everyone who's welcomed us to this community. So we're super proud to be here. We're excited about what we can build together. You know, I think that I can speak for my whole team. We take public-private partnerships very seriously. As Josh said, they're hard, they're important, and when done well, they can be transformative. And we will work our tails off to make sure that this is a very transformative and important one for Newlab and hopefully for the state of Louisiana. Thank you. It's great to be here. I'd like to now introduce Secretary Bourgeois. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. It really is an exciting day for Louisiana because today we stand at the intersection of vision and action. At the heart of that intersection is the launch of Newlab New Orleans, a catalyst for energy innovation and a signal to the world that Louisiana has the comprehensive business ecosystem to support every energy company from startup to multinational corporations. Newlab's expansion into our state is more than a new project for our department. It's a milestone in Louisiana's economic evolution. We're not simply embracing innovation rather, we're driving it. Backed by the leadership of Governor Landry and codified in our recently adopted strategic plan at LED, we have a clear directive to continue to position Louisiana to win. And we don't define winning only by new investments or job totals anymore. It's not just about the new shiny things. To us, winning is a total reimagining of our economy. Around 5 pillars of prosperity is what we call them. An ease of doing business, high wage employment, thriving regions, global impact, and most critically for today, growth and innovation. And I actually wrote that 2 ways. It's not just growth and innovation, it's growth through innovation. And that's actually what Newlab is bringing to our doorstep in New Orleans. Their decision to establish an innovation hub at the former Naval Support Activity base in New Orleans is emblematic of the state's willingness to repurpose old and bolt on the new. Together, we're transforming a once vacant federal asset into a beacon for energy innovation, carbon management, and maritime technologies, 3 sectors where we didn't need consultants to tell us that Louisiana has unmatched competitive advantages. Layer innovation onto that, and we become unstoppable. And that's just what our strategic plan outlines for us. By prioritizing innovation in every aspect of our work, we can bridge our world-class industries and our industrial assets with forward-thinking technology. From carbon capture to clean manufacturing, deep water shipping to rail access, our infrastructure, our workforce, and business climate are aligning to support the startups and scale-ups of tomorrow. Newlab will play a pivotal role in this transformation by helping those ventures commercialize, deploy, and grow, all right here in Louisiana. But let's be clear, this one didn't happen by accident. This is the result of our whole of government, and more importantly, our whole of Louisiana approach to economic development. Newlab New Orleans launch was made possible through an incredibly close long-term partnership between LED, the City of New Orleans, FUEL, LSU, GNO Inc., Shell, and many, many others. The logos are represented behind us, but it's a model for how public-private sectors can co-create ecosystems that attract talent, accelerate R&D, anchor economic opportunity in our communities, and this one example is one of our most in-need communities. It's a model for how public and private sectors, the innovations that will emerge from this hub will not only help power our homes or fuel our industries, they'll help retain our graduates, grow our companies, and secure a more sustainable and inclusive economy for all of Louisiana. And that's what our innovation agenda is all about. Today, Newlab is the latest of a growing wave of momentum. In just over a year, Louisiana has secured over $62 billion in capital investments. We've seen major announcements from global names like Meta, Hyundai, and Woodside Energy. And with the Louisiana Growth Fund and LA.io launching under our LED umbrella, we're building the support systems that early stage ventures need to thrive and to become the next Hyundai and the next Meta and the next Woodside. Newlab's presence here is a bridge between where we've been and where we're going. It represents the best of what Louisiana has to offer, our grit, our ingenuity, and our unmatched potential. To the team at Newlab, we say welcome. We are proud to stand with you and even prouder to invest in the future we will build together. So those are my remarks, but for those of you who have been around me for long know I'm going to go off script a little bit, right? I think I get that from my boss. When I met with the Newlab folks this morning, and they shared with me that they have 2 locations in the US. They're in Brooklyn, where they started, and they're in Detroit. But they're an energy innovation hub, and right? So I asked the simple question, as any Secretary of LED should, which was, why Louisiana? This answer is as important to me as anything I just read you in my remarks. They said they identified 5 elements, if you will, of the ecosystem that's here that position New Orleans and Louisiana as the critical answer to them of where next. And they articulated to me something I've been trying to articulate to the world for the last 15 months, so I'm going to share the remarks they said in my own words. First of all, it's our industrial DNA, right? We have the legacy industry, the legacy infrastructure, and the legacy workforce in the energy space. You can't buy that or replicate that someplace else, right? They also made a clear decision. It was about the intent. There is a commitment to stability and a commitment to the industry here in Louisiana. I loved this too. They spoke of the opportunity in the space. It's easy for people to think Texas when they think energy, right? But where's the real opportunity conversation in Texas? The opportunity is in Louisiana. It's an unsaturated market and it's an untapped market, right? And it gives them room to create new markets, which is exactly what we want. The other piece is that we have platforms for deployment. That's an easy way to say, think of the industries, think of the companies, think of all the direct upstream, midstream, downstream companies working in this space in Louisiana. The access for an entrepreneur or an innovator to have to direct technology deployment exists here like it doesn't anywhere else. And then this last piece is just something that we can't underestimate, unspeak. It's one of the reasons our strategic plan talks about quality of place. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to introduce the leader of the city, but quality of life matters in the place that they chose. And we're so thrilled that they chose New Orleans. We're so thrilled to welcome you to New Orleans. And I'd like to introduce Mayor Cantrell to come speak to us.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you so much, Madam Secretary. I think your words were spot on in terms of the opportunity that is available in the city of New Orleans, but absolutely in the state of Louisiana. I think that we do not need to dumb down our state or our city any longer. We are world class. And the future is absolutely coming through the city of New Orleans, positioned very well. From industry, you mentioned that, from all of the sectors that we're growing, carbon management, utilization, maritime, shipping, we're getting it all in this partnership with Newlab. David, thank you so much for your investment in our city and in the state of Louisiana. I knew that, man, we hit a home run when we got Newlab, because it's not just about a show or not just about saying what you're going to do. You've demonstrated over again, as the Secretary said, that you hit the ground running. You did it in Brooklyn with the Naval Support Center there, transformative. You did it in Detroit with the old post office, second to none. And you're going to do it again in the city of New Orleans and leading again this state, this country, but leaders in this world. I am so proud. I'm so proud of my city. I'm so proud of the leadership, Jeff Swartz, leading economic development for our city. This site has sat dormant for over a decade plus. I want to say to the residents around this site, thank you so much for holding the line and standing in there with us. I know that it has been hard, but let me tell you, it is going to be worth the wait. Even as it relates to my public safety team, going out to that NSA site, getting the vagrants out of there, time and time again, putting fires out, you name it. But now we have a great partner in Newlab, and we're going to ensure that it reaches its fullest potential in our city. But most importantly, the generational economic development plan that we have fostered in our city is aligned with the focus of Newlab in every way. Even in regards to growing jobs that are jobs of the future right here. When I'm on that platform and when I'm thinking about when I was in Dubai at COP28 and talking with my brother and sister mayors from around the world, whether that was Miss Yvonne in Freetown or Mayor Hidalgo in Paris, we were talking about clean energy, technology, making sure that it was going to be the path forward for the world, but right here in New Orleans and right here in the state of Louisiana. And we have put our money where our mouths are in making sure that, again, we're leveraging our assets with our city. 5.5 million, not stopping there. Over 400,000 plus growing in GNOE, ensuring that we are, again, making sure that our residents are prepared for the jobs of the future, which are, again, right now. So this is a force multiplier for our city and for our state, and I am so proud to be a part of it. But I also want to say, thank you to all of our partners. Thank you to Governor Landry for understanding that silos don't work, but getting a team player and a partner in place, Newlab, who understands silos, no way, because these problems that we have and challenges are far too hard and no one can do it alone. So that's why public-private partnerships matter, and we're going to see them on the ground. So whether that is, and I have to mention, may he rest in peace, Joe Yeager, because he saw something, a vision in the NSA site. But guess what? The city of New Orleans supported that HUD application time and time again. So housing affordability will also be a part of this site. So again, thinking holistically, meeting people where they are, that is exactly what we are doing. And before I sit down, I just have to say timing is so precious and so valuable. Thinking about 20 years after Hurricane Katrina, here we are. And as the president of my neighborhood, Broadmoor, and having Shell Oil step in with that Clinton Global Initiative partnership, $5 million in partnership, and to be here today, Shell, again, unwavering, investing in people, investing in New Orleans, investing in the state of Louisiana. So again, this is world class, and it is my distinct honor to even introduce, again in that spirit of partnership, representing LSU plus FUEL Partnership, Dr. Robert Twilley. Please come forward. Thank you so much.
You know, listening to the conversation of why university, why LSU, and Newlab reminds me of a quote, and I use this quote a lot. It's Mark Twain had this famous quote about universities. He said they have two great purposes. One is to confer degrees, and the other is to conceal knowledge. So this is definitely an exciting moment for us, so that we can unleash the knowledge of not only LSU but the universities in the state to be the leaders and continue to be the leaders in energy. I'm Vice President of Research and Economic Development at LSU. I'm representing the FUEL team, which happens to be in Fort Collins, with all the other NSF engines working diligently to see the vision that NSF had in developing what they call the Technology, Innovation, and Partnership Program. brand new program in NSF. And I think this partnership that we're talking about today is exactly what was envisioned in that program that NSF initiated. President Tate initiated the Scholarship First agenda when he took office at LSU. And in that agenda, he established 5, what he calls the Pentagon research priorities: agriculture, biomedical, coastal, defense and cybersecurity, and energy. Now, if you have trouble remembering that, it's A, B, C, D, E. But it is truly driven, those 5 areas truly represent, I think, what people expect of a flagship university, and that is that as we accomplish competitiveness and excellence and relevance in our research, we help grow the state of Louisiana. And it is our job and duty as a public research university, a flagship university, land-grant university, sea-grant university, that we accomplish those goals. And the other key aspect at a university, and I think it's very prevalent today, is we also have to be a leadership in helping change. And innovation is also responding to change, responding to the priorities, and I think that what you're seeing in the energy and what energy industries are looking for represent that. And I'm going to be unabashed by saying that our vision in both relevance and excellence in energy is we want to build the nation's energy campus here at LSU. So I look forward to this partnership because, again, it truly represents what FUEL is to bring together with 50 public, private, and academic partners to build carbon capture, utilization, and storage, hydrogen fuels and infrastructure. Sustainable manufacturing, advanced manufacturing is a key that we have to help this state provide leadership and talent as we build out a workforce development that's so critical to the energy industry, as well as environmental monitoring and water resource resilience. Now, let me make one comment about the word excellence and what the FUEL program also represents to us at LSU. There were over 700 applications when this program started. 700 applications across the nation. We made it through the first cut, we made it through the second cut, and when we brought that NSF site team here to visit, that was the distinguishing characteristic that was a differentiator for us. All you have to do is bring people here and they see exactly why we are unique compared to other places in the U.S. And we became one of 10 in the nation finalists awarded. That's competitiveness. That's excellence. So why is our partnership in Newlab so exciting? By pairing LSU research capacity with Newlab's commercialization and platform, we create a bridge between, I love this, bridge between innovation and implementation and to grow startup companies in developing transformation energy. I will tell you that, you know, it was said earlier, there's a quote I like to use that, you know, research that doesn't get to the point of innovation and at that point has value and doesn't get to commercialization is research not done. Think about it. And so this is a realization of LSU's capacity to do innovative research and get it to the home run in which it starts to have an impact in economic development of our region. So my thanks to Newlab, to Shell, our state and local partners, and to everyone helping make this vision a reality. We're proud to be on this journey with you. Let's keep moving LSU forward and go Tigers. And now, let me introduce Mike Hett of GNO Inc. Mike, it's all yours.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Twilley, and good afternoon, everybody. It's wonderful to be here. It's exciting. It's been a good day so far in the state capitol, which is nice to be able to say. You know, Mayor Cantrell, you maybe realized through their comment that it's been 20 years since Katrina. It's hard to imagine that, but you know, I had family in Broadmoor, and we've come a long way, so thank you, you know, in that time. It's amazing in those days after to think that we'd be here announcing something of this quality and stature. So anyway, it's touching. In thinking about this announcement, I think about something that I often talk with Secretary Bourgeois about, that she leads with, which is changing the narrative. So much of our history in Louisiana and the region has not only been about us not necessarily doing the right things, but often it's that we haven't talked about the things we've been doing in the right way. We undersell ourselves. We've always needed a little more Texas in us. And I just love the way this announcement with the partners and the whole of government approach, and somebody who is not just domestic, but Newlab is global in South America, soon to be in the Middle East. It places us in that pantheon, and that's incredibly important for the narrative. At the regional level, this matters so much because, as many have said today, this is not, I think it was you, David, said this is not a hallucination. In my notes I wrote them, it says this is not theater. Newlab is the real deal, and I know it's the real deal because before I came back to my ancestral homeland of New Orleans, after Katrina, I was in Brooklyn doing work post 9/11, and I lived right by the Brooklyn Navy Yard. And I can tell you firsthand that used to be a place that was a home to basically only wild dogs, literally. And now there have been hundreds of companies that have come through that facility that are changing the world. And so I've seen, you know, that transformation firsthand. It's 100% real, and that's why as soon as this opportunity came up, I said, wow, this would be an opportunity to show everybody how it's done. You're going to get the job creation that's coming out of these companies. You're going to get the business attraction that it's going to give us and our team at G&O Inc. and our partners at the state. The reactivation of the public assets, that is a super polite way of saying what we're doing here. You know, when people, or I'm not going to talk about putting fires out, but yes, this is it's a wonderful thing. And then you talk about the signal to market, the narrative. And so when you think about what successful cities or regions offer, they offer opportunity, they offer quality of life, they offer amenities, they offer affordability in terms of housing, and they offer a buzz. And we're getting all of this in this project. So it's a grand slam home run. And then also, it does legitimize, we're fortunate that along with the FUEL grant that we won a $75 million Build Back Better grant called H to the Future around the hydrogen economy. And now these pieces are coming together and are giving each other critical mass. So I want to thank David and the Newlab team, Sahil, Garrett, Mia, Madeline. Sounds like a song from the 80s, like I'm going through everybody. Governor Landry, Secretary Bourgeois, of course. My friend Josh Flegg at LA.io. Mayor Cantrell, your leadership, and Jeffrey Schwartz would not be here without you. And Austin, thanks for the tower. We got that done. And then everybody at the LSU team, Dr. Twilley, where's Greg? And yeah, always there in the peanut gallery, making comments. But thank you. And everybody from FUEL as well, AJ and the Shell team, Shell is an incredible partner. New Orleans would not be here today without Shell. That's just facts. And of course now Colette Hurstius is now going to be the president of Shell US, which is outstanding as well. So I think, yeah, this is when we stake our claim to the world and say that Louisiana is going to be the once and future great energy state, demonstrating how we can meet increasing global demand in a lower carbon environment and serve ourselves and serve the nation and serve the world. So congratulations to everybody, and I look forward to raising a toast to you at Bacchanal. If you know, you know. And now my friend Josh Flegg to close us out.
Okay, so now that my boss went off script and she blamed it on her boss, I'm going to do the same thing and go off script to close this out. Look, there are three things that we know are true. One is Louisiana makes things, right? We make energy products. We manufacture things in this state, and that is an art that is lost in much of this country. We also know that the energy transformation, the lower carbon future, investments in all types of new energy is a very, very real thing. It's very global, and it can be measured in the trillions. But we also know that if we do absolutely nothing, we will cede that future to our friends next door to the west in Texas. And so we have to invest now in building that future, building out our ecosystems, building out our foundation for capturing our share of future energy in Louisiana, so that we not only make it in Louisiana, which we know how to do, but we also operate it, control it, fund it, create wealth, create jobs from our borders. This partnership behind us here is a step in that direction. This is about investing in our future so that we are the headquarters for future energy in the state of Louisiana. So with that said, super excited about this new partnership. Thank you all for coming today. We're available to answer questions if anyone has any from the media that's here. We'll be hanging out for a few more minutes. But again, thank you guys so much for your partnership. And stay tuned for much more news to come out of this over the next few weeks and months. Thank you.